If I traded it all, if I gave it all.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm excited about bringing on my next guest, who is Neil Levy, who also, I understand, goes by Bud. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and why you go by Bud.
Oh, well, thank you, Carol. It was great being here. It's a long story, but I'll try to make it very short. I've got a brother that was 18 months older than I, and my parents thought he was saying buddy, and he was actually saying Bruddy for brother, and it just ended up being Buddy. And I didn't know my real name was Neil till I was 5 years old before I was supposed to start school.
That's funny. Now, you are the owner of Business Guidance Group. Tell everybody a little bit about what you do.
Sure. The Business Guidance Group provides specialized business consulting. There are many businesses that are out there that start because someone knows how to do something. It's a craft. They go to school. They learn something, possibly when working for somebody else and doing it, and then they get the brilliant idea that, gosh, I can do this myself. I don't need to have someone that is an employer to report to. I can just, my own time, and just do whatever I want to do. And surprisingly enough, they really do very well to begin with until it starts growing a little bit. And they get past their means. They maybe have hired one or two people. They don't know where to go from there. And then it all starts imploding on them in many ways because they make mistakes and they start losing business, and it just starts going downhill from there.
Okay. So your background, it's important for them to hear, because if you're going to help them on their business, that means that you have to go there, you have to find out about it. So let's talk a little bit about you.
Sure. In all, I have actually over 35 years of business experience. I actually come from an entrepreneurial family, so I'm used to that. I've got an engineering background, so I started out in engineering and worked for some large companies, worked my way up, and even to general manager of a chemical packaging plant when I was 32 years old. From there, I went into my own business and started a ground floor business that was computer, kind of surplus computer related, and over 18-year period of time reinvented that business many, many times until we had a nice business, 3 computer stores and things like that. The big thing about it is the experience that I have, the number of places I've been, and learned by each one of them. So I bring the small business experience, I bring the large business attitudes, that they have and know what you really need to do and should be doing, and bring that to the businessman where they can benefit from what I've seen and what I know.
Well, there's a lot of people out there who call themselves consultants, okay? They offer their expertise. What it makes you different? And also, I want you to tell them after you do that about the kinds of businesses that you would work with.
Sure. So the businesses that are out there, every single person is different in business, first of all. Even if they have the same business, everyone is different. Everyone needs to be handled differently because they've got a different mindset. They're at a different position. And that's why I mean it's personalized. The business owner is constantly bombarded with all this information and the ads and, the calls on the phone, buy my product, buy my service, buy my book, buy my program, right. Buy this, buy that. I don't do that. So what I do is I come to the small business owner, and I'm very focused on trying to bring them immediate value by working with me. Rather than someone, we have to sit down and we have to get your business plan and get 3 to 5 years of financials. And because I've heard this many times where people, business consultants will not work with someone until they have all that. And not that I don't believe in those things, because I think they're very important. But to begin with, the business owner needs help now. He's got issues now. I call them hurdles, and just so happens that my tagline happens to be guiding you over your business hurdles. So just like an athlete, there's hurdles that are on the track, but when you're trained, you know how to get over those hurdles. So I help the businessman get over the hurdles as quickly as possible, and then we start getting into other things like the plan and the goals and focusing on other things. So I've kind of turned the concept upside down where I'm here to help you, and I'm here to help you now. And I'll show you how.
Now, kinds of businesses really quickly, just so for when you say small business, as small as what?
Well, I have some people that I work with that are solopreneurs, and they're one-person business. They're not usually 5 days old. They're usually a little older.
Right.
My ideal client is a business that's 2 years old and maybe has an employee or two, because usually at that point they realize, and no offense to anybody out there, that they don't know everything. At first they kind of feel like they kind of know everything. And
I think what really happens is we start, and I'm one of those people that, they start and they start working and they start selling and it works, and then again it's a snowball. It's going, and then I don't know how to do this, or I'm really good at this and not at that.
Exactly.
Something else.
Exactly.
And that's where you come. Now, do they outsource that with you, or do you find out where their issues are, and do you do it, or do you find somebody for them? How does that work?
Yes. So it just depends. A lot of business owners have a pretty good idea where their problems are, but they don't know what to do about it. So we sit down, we go over those things, come up with some solutions. Sometimes it's changing their mindset. Sometimes it's tweaking something here or there. Sometimes it's bringing in assistance. Every business owner, well, a lot of business owners believe that they can do everything. I mean, I'm a one-man show. I've done everything up till now. I can do it forever. So I'm working with someone right now where I'm finding them a virtual assistant, and this is a client of mine that's out of state. So I work in throughout the country too.
So you do work out throughout the country. Mm-hmm. You also have a special that you're going to do. It's a very special offer, and I'm going to let you explain it.
Sure. So I basically sell small packages of time rather than have major retainers that I take. So one of my packages, and the offer that I'm making here, one of my packages is typically 12 hours for $1,500. And for the listeners of this show, call in or contact me later and say, I heard you on the radio. I'm willing to discount that greatly. So the 12 hours, instead of being $1,500, is going to be $900, and that's a $600 savings. Now, that package, the owner can use those hours in any way that kind of together we deem would be appropriate for him in order to get where he wants to go as quickly as possible.
Now, also, do you do free consultations with everyone? They have to find out what's going on. So do you do that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And in order to start to begin with, I do a complimentary consultation to see where they are. They need to decide as to whether I'm a right fit for them, and then vice versa. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Usually it does, but I want them to know what I'm bringing to them and some of my ideas right off the bat.
Now, if you want to call here, I can get you connected with him at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And yes, he can help anyone from anywhere. And also, you can call him. Let me give out the phone number. It's 602-721-6814. His website is businessguidancegroup.com. Okay, so we have a couple of minutes. I just want to kind of quickly get over this, then we can come back and talk further. But do you work with clients every day for a few weeks or a few months? Tell them how you work on that.
Okay. Here again is where the personalized situation comes in. So I work with people sometimes once a week, sometimes once every 2 weeks. And some want me as an accountability partner, so to speak, where it's just once a month. Others, and I'm working with some that are in dire need, and it's right now, so we're meeting every 2 weeks. So it just depends what they particularly need.
Now, these 12, they're basically a package. You can fit them, make them fit for your needs. It's personalized for your needs. So if you want to, you have them one day and then another day and another day. Usually it's 2 or 3 hours a time?
It can be, but in many cases, it's 1 hour at a time.
So it really just matters. You can make that decision. That's what's great about it. And he's offering it's normally $1,500. It's a $900 that he's offering it for you, which is awesome. That's a $600 value that you're getting off of that, which is awesome. Now you can call here at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And then again, you can also call him. Write this number down. It is 602-721-6814. It's businessguidancegroup.com. We'll be back in just a minute. Again, write the number down. It is 602-721-6814.
If I traded it
Welcome back. We're talking with Neil Levy, who goes by Bud,
Yes.
and he's the owner of Business Guidance Group. Does free consultations with everyone. You have to do that. Again, anyone who's listening, if you've got a small business, especially, whether there's in-home-based businesses, people have them all over the place. And you start these businesses, especially the last few years that people have done this, and you get going, and then things just start going, and they snowball, and things seem like they're going great, but then they're going out of control. And you might need someone like him. He does free consultations with everyone. He's offering a great special. Tell him what that is.
So it's 12 hours worth of time, which is normally $1,500 for our listeners, only $900. That's a $600 savings.
Yeah, and you're going to call him. His number is 602-721-6814. You can check him out on his website, which is businessguidancegroup.com. Okay, so what if someone wants to have a sounding board for their business plan? You know, like a strategy or a product rollout.
No problem. No problem. You know, kind of like I mentioned before, every business is different. Every business owner is at a different stage. So everyone needs something different. Some need the business plan. Some need financial reviews. Some need a little strategy here or there on a specific topic. Some just want to call me once a month and run things by me. That happens all the time. And they need a sounding board. They need someone that's looking at it maybe from a business standpoint. Maybe it's from their customer standpoint. So it's a different viewpoint. You know, how do you think my customers would take this? I'm working up this program. So it really runs the gamut is what it truly does. And I'm there to help them anywhere in their business for those things.
Well, how many people out there, especially if you're a small business, has started your business, it's like 5 years into it, I'm just saying that, 2 years into it, well, even, and you don't have a business plan? How many people do you find like that?
The great majority.
Right.
You know, most businesses do not sit down and work up a plan. And, you know, I think it's necessary, but it isn't imperative. It's one of those things that someone should have it, and sometimes we do a modified plan. But getting the business owner to focus on where they want to go and what they want to do is extremely important for today. Most businesses think that the business plan is for 10, 15, 20 years down the road. Well, that might be where you're going, but what are you going to do today that is going to accomplish where you really want to be that far down the road? You don't all of a sudden just get there, poof. It's a process.
It is a process, but it goes poof.
Time goes by.
And it does go by.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can you share some information about a project or two so the listeners can understand more about your services that you provide?
I sure can. You know, there's one company that I worked with that was growing very rapidly. And they needed certified technicians to continue their growth. These technicians go to school and they get certified, but every small business owner says, well, you know, I want them to do it my way. And I don't want them to do the school way. I want it to do it my way. So they're training people, they're riding with them, they're showing them and what they're telling them goes in one ear and out the other is what it actually does. But they never think about how can we do this to make it more permanent, make it easier and quicker to train these people. So I basically told myself, first of all, we need to document this. Write it down and document it. And then how about doing videos? You know what you want to do, and you know how you want to show them. Do a series of videos and make them go through all of this to begin with to start the certification. Went ahead and did that, and he basically turned a 2, 3, 4-week training program into literally days. The time and effort that they saved, they were able to keep the good ones and weed out the bad ones, and that's what you want to do in business. If someone's not going to work, move them on quickly. But if someone is, spend the time with them and keep them. So that really helped them tremendously. You know, there's another one that comes to mind, and that is it was an in-home business. And the in-home business came in, did repairs and maintenance and things like that for people on a very regular basis. And they had many different products that they offered. it was a very soft sell type of business. Did not want his people in there hard selling anything. He had a list of services that they provide, and they would give it to him. And he just didn't want them to bring up anything. So what I came up with is taking the list, and next to the item, list next to it, okay, what would be the interval for the typical service for that? And after that, I had them make a column that was basically for them to fill in. They said, now, when was the last time you did that? So here they're seeing that particular item. They're seeing when it should be done, when they did it. It turned out to be a soft sell, and everybody was looking at that and said, well, gosh, I should probably do that. The income just jumped just because of that. It's just an idea that I refer to as being out of the box.
Right.
And they just never thought of it. Might seem simple to some people, but it's not simple when you don't think about it.
So, again, you can work with anyone, any kind of business, whether you're an in-home-based business or if you have 1 to 2, that's your sweet spot, correct?
Well,
employees?
it's my sweet spot start. I mean, I have some businesses that have 30 employees that I work with.
Right. Okay. I just meant your sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's okay. You do free consultations with everyone. He can help anyone from anywhere. And tell him what you mean by that.
What I mean by that is I can help people over the phone. So we do over the phone. We over Skype. So a lot of things can be done. I will give them tasks. They will email them to me. I will review them ahead of time. So they don't have to be right here.
So you don't necessarily always have to go to them and be sitting them and look at their businesses and walking around and this and that.
No, I don't. Not all the time. I do. That is my preference, to be honest with you. I know it takes a little more of my time, but that is my preference, to be sitting there and talking with the individual, seeing what they're doing and how they're doing it. Keep in mind, I am not going to show someone how to do their craft better, but I can show them how to manage their business better, how to grow their business, and really to start how to start having fun again.
His phone number is 602-721-6814. The website is businessguidancegroup.com. He does do free consultation, and he is offering everyone to get your package is a 12-hour package that you can personalize and make fit to your needs, whether it's 1 hour here, 3 hours there, whatever works for you. But you're getting, normally that's a $1,500 value, and he's going to give it to you for $900, which is a $600 savings.
Correct.
So you can call him at 602-721-6814. And if you want to call me and I'll get you connected with him, you can call here at 602-277-5369. So we covered a ton here today. Are there some key points that you'd like to add or re-emphasize with everyone?
Yes, definitely. One of the key points, or several of the key points in business, is to build your business. The owner has to have the willingness to take some calculated risks. And, so that's number one, and venture out of your box. Everyone's got a comfort zone. And that's usually where some of the issues start to begin with, is no one wants to go out of their comfort zone. I come along, I help them with getting out of their comfort zone and showing them how easy it is to really go there. And in some cases, it's almost holding them hand in hand in order to do that. The business owners know how to work in their business, like I mentioned before, but they don't know how to work on their business. And they don't think that there's value of working on their business, because if they're, and I'm just going to say the carpet layer or the brick layer or, the painter or whatever, they know they make money when they do that. So that's where they make money. But the thought of sitting back and doing some planning, doing some other things of working on their business, training somebody to be an office assistant, taking some of the load off of their shoulders so they don't have to do everything, they just don't see the value of it. And in reality, working on your business in many cases can be the most profitable thing that you can do in the long run, because now you're growing your business and you're getting where you want to be without having to work in it every single day.
What is your tagline again?
It's guiding you over your business hurdles.
Guys, if you're like me and anyone out there knows that if you're pounding the phones or doing whatever it takes, it's sometimes that you don't think there's value in the other side of it. It's you don't have time and you forget about it and things move so fastly, but you end up needing someone like him. He will do a free consultation with you. He's got a great special that he's offering. The number to call him again, write it down, is 602-721-6814. Check him out on his website. It is businessguidancegroup.com. His special that he's offering is a 12-hour package that you can customize to your needs, and that is normally $1,500. He's going to give it to you for $900. That's a $600 savings. Check him out again. It is businessguidancegroup.com or 602-721-6814.
If I traded